Okay, today I'm going to be making for you a bow tie taco casserole. I found this off of Facebook. I'm going to be doing this as a collab with the Breakfast Club for YouTubers to cooperate. Does this recipe really work? And so here's the ingredient. Here it's what it's supposed to what it looks like on here. Now I'll show you what all we're going to need. We're going to need a pound of pork and a pound of hamburger meat. Yes, this is going to make a big casserole. First of all, I was just going to make half, and then my son and daughter-in-law and grandkids are coming over tonight to celebrate my husband's birthday, so I decided to go ahead and make the full recipe. And along with that, we need of course, the bow tie pasta. We need 2 packages of the taco seasoning. We need a 14.5 ounce of the diced tomatoes. And it calls for 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, but I have 2 8-ounce, so that's what I'm going to use. It calls for 2 cups of cheese, shredded cheese. I've shredded this. It also calls for a cup of sour cream. I have put it in this mixing bowl because I know I'm going to need to add half the cheese to it in a little bit. It calls for a half a cup of bell pepper, but I also added about a half a cup of onion to the recipe. I don't want to make y'all dizzy or anything. And of course my tablet goes off. Okay, the first thing it calls for is to brown the beef and the pork. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and break it up in smaller pieces before it starts cooking too much. And once I get this brown, I will bring y'all back for the next step. Okay, I did want to say, the recipe doesn't call for any kind of seasoning or anything, but since I have this Garlic Lovers from Flavor God, and I love garlic, I'm going to go ahead and add it to the meat as it's cooking. Because I did buy low sodium taco mix and my tomato sauce and my diced tomatoes. None have salt in them, so it should be okay. And I love garlic. I am also going to go ahead and put my salted water on for my bow tie pasta, because it says to cook it as directed. I'm going to go ahead and get my water going. Okay, now it says I got it brown. I made sure I had it nice and brown because I wanted to make sure, since it's pork, I don't want to make anybody sick. I made sure there was no pink. It says to add the tomato sauce, well, diced tomatoes, the tomato sauce, the taco seasoning, and the bell pepper and the onion. Well, it didn't say onion, but I said onion, so I added onion. And then we're just supposed to bring this back, stir all this together, bring it back up to a boil, and then cook it on low for a simmer for about 10 minutes. Ooh, escape sauce. So as you see, I'm getting it stirred together. So I just got to get it back to a boil and then let it simmer for 10 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, recipe calls for me to add half the cheese to the sour cream and mix it up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so it'll be ready when we get to that part of the dish. So that is done, and just need to wait until it gets to the time for that. Okay, my pasta water is boiling, so I'm going to add the pasta, and it says to stir often and cook bring back to a boil. So I'm going to stir it and let it come back to a boil. Then we're supposed to cook it for 10 minutes. So after it's cooked, I'll be back. Okay, now it says to add the sour cream to the pasta, the cooked pasta. I drained the pasta, and now I'm just going to add the sour cream to it. If you can hear me over the scraping, it says to mix all of it together. Escape bow ties, they're trying to run off. And that was the sour cream with half the cheese. And it has been mixed together. Okay, so now it says to add the pasta with the sour cream and cheese mix into a greased 13 by 9 pan, which I already have it sprayed with Pam. So we're going to add our pasta in. And this smells wonderful. Of course, you probably can't see nothing with a bow in your face. Let's see here. So now it says to pour, and then it says add the meat mixture. So now we will add the meat mixture. And if you can hear in the background, my grandbabies are here, Maddie and Kenzie, and Joshua, and my son Lynn, and his wife, or my daughter-in-law, Jennifer. We're having a birthday supper for my husband. His birthday is tomorrow, but he got to work. So we've got the meat and the stuff spread out on it. Now we're supposed to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on top of it, and then we're supposed to put it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm just sprinkling the cheese. Okay, and I'll be back when it's done to show you the finished product. Okay, here is the finished product. I'm going to serve it up and get a taste tester for you. Okay, here is our taste tester for tonight. Miss Maddie's going to taste it. So, Maddie, taste it and tell us what you think.
Hot. It's good, but it's hot. Ooh, I'm okay.
It's good? Oh, okay.
Very, very good.